Is Mike Shanahan a good fit to add on as OC or consultant? Maybe Kyle needs a senior staff member.
I would say absolutely not.
Why?
First of all, he is a consultant already. You don't think they talk on the phone like you and I talk, Iggy?
That's right.
He's from what I understand, he has film at his house and Shanahan
He watches
and
the practices.
All of that. So I think Kyle needs to hear other voices. He hears this voice all the time.
Yeah.
You're doing great, son. You know what, but whatever, right?
Yeah.
I like Mike Shanahan, but he's a pretty arrogant guy too.
Hey, where do you think Kyle gets it?
Yeah, it's like you got all your brilliance and sweetness from me. That's how it works.
Exactly. Yeah.
So no, I think he needs somebody else in the building, and certainly not Mike Shanahan.
No, you're right. Someone who doesn't say I love you. Someone who says, Kyle, you're wrong. I don't even think Mike would say that to him. From what I read in the Washington Post, because the East Coast media does a really good job of finding out the truth. They were saying back when Mike Shanahan was the head coach and Kyle was the offensive coordinator like 10 years ago that it was basically Kyle's team. Whatever he wanted to do, Mike said yes. Put this in the game plan, yes. Get this player, yes. So they need someone who says no, Kyle. No. I don't know if anyone's ever said no to Kyle. I don't know. I don't even think Dan Quinn said no to him back in Atlanta. Remember, that was the problem.
That was the problem at the end of the Super Bowl. Should have said no.
Should have said no.
Would you run the ball?
Right. Run the freaking ball. Okay. Quick question from Rob Mahone. What would Bill Walsh's advice to Shanahan be this offseason?
Well, that's a very good question. It's very hard to speak for another person, especially who's no longer with us.
Yes.
I'm trying. So bear with me for a second. Okay. I know what his advice would be.
What would it be?
Get a freaking quarterback.
Get a freaking quarterback.
Get a freaking quarterback.
How long are you gonna wait?
Get a freaking quarterback.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't care how you do it, buddy, but it can't be the CJ Beathard show next year. It can't be the Jimmy Garoppolo show next year. Because if they bring Jimmy back next year, all they're waiting for is the same thing to happen this year that happened last year, and then they can blame Jimmy. Like, okay, now we know that Jimmy isn't good enough. You knew that. You knew that already.
And Iggy, Bill Walsh would have known that Jimmy isn't good enough. He would have known it. He never would have got him. He
didn't stick with Steve DeBerg for 4 years. This guy's Steve DeBerg, Dad.
Bill got rid of him so fast, and he started in games. He would always, in certain plays, Joe Montana would come in, and Bill, he was crafty. He would say, well, it was maybe a better play for Joe, but he was like beginning to make the transition right there.
Right. We'll start you off with 4 plays a game. Next time it's 8 plays. Yep. Yeah. See how you handle that. Yeah, I like that. Okay. Good question. Bill, I hope we didn't take we didn't misrepresent you if you're listening from above. How is Carmen policy different from Lynch?
Okay. That's a tough one. I don't know Lynch as an adult. I knew him as a college student.
Yeah.
Lynch knows much more about players than Carmen.
Right.
I don't think Carmen was the person who got players. He was the person who oversaw an organization where really skillful people did their jobs. Mm-hmm. And if they didn't do their jobs, Carmen would have something to say about it. So Lynch is much more of a guy who knows how to, I guess, get players, but Carmen is much more of a guy who knows how to set up a great organization.
Yeah. Lynch is a guy who's the face of the organization, and you trust him because he was him. He was a player. He was a media guy. John Lynch. It's like having, I don't know, Willie Mays come back and be the face of your organization. But it's not the same thing as having someone actually run it who's business savvy.
Also, Carmen is a brilliant lawyer.
Yes.
Carmen, yes. Contracts and other things that happen on a team. Carmen is way at a different level from Lynch.
If you were thinking of the 49ers as like the Corleone family, then Carmen would be Tom Hagen, right?
Okay.
Would he be? I mean, he's the guy who's in control of the whole operation, right? You got to run everything by Tom.
Yeah, you have to run it by Tom. I don't like to think of them as
No, I'm just saying. I'm not saying they're like that, but I'm just saying Lynch. I don't think Lynch would be Tom Hagen. Lynch would be, I don't know, Sonny. I don't know.
No, he doesn't have a temper like Sonny.
It's true.
But he would be one of the two. The fat guy, you know.
Oh yeah, that's true. All right, good call. Good point. Who would Eddie DeBartolo be, Grant? He would be. Are you kidding? He would be Marlon Brando. He'd be Marlon Brando.
He'd be Marlon Brando.
No question. Yeah. All right.
Iggy, you love that movie, right?
I love that movie. Yes,
I
like that. I love the second one too. Those are a lot of fun. All right, my dad has sciatica. If you have a question, now's the time. Otherwise, we're going to shut it down. On a kana sciatica.
Sciatica.
All right, Dad. I think we need to let you go. I think it's time. Let him. What do you think?
I think so. Maybe what I'll do is lie on the floor again with some ice under me.
All right, I'm going to call you up first, though. All right.
Okay, everybody. I really enjoyed this, and thanks for tuning in. And Happy New Year.
My team over yours says Jed York is Fredo Corleone. All right, let's end on that one.